So just know today when we go out, we will be trying to take our bucket of feed past the horses into the summer barn, hoping they will not bum rush me right at the gate. I'll start getting crazy on me, okay? No, ma'am, don't stick your head to the gate. Do not stick your head through the gate. Let's walk over here. Roman's running. Roman's running. Stop it, Gemma. Gemma, settle down. Don't do that to her. Gemma, no. God. Gemma, Gemma, you got the devil in you. You got the devil. I gotta get some control. I need some control. Is what I need. Gemma, you need to stop it. Oh, Gemma, Gemma. No, I'm out of breath. No, back up. God, I'm in a bad spot here. God, have mercy. Val, God have mercy. Gemma, eat the food and stop following me, you freakazoid. Oh, where's my spanky stick when I need one? Oh. Gemma, settle down. We're going to your food pouch now. Guys, do not send this to Rick. Well, hey folks, Lester here. Happy Friday. Friends, the weather is not really cooperating with me as far as making my videos this week. Man, it's been windy. And I do believe it's also windy where you're at. I think there's a system moving across the country, and I think that we're all experiencing rain, wind, even tornadoes. So I hope that you're safe where you're at. Today I'm going to walk out here in the pasture and show you something. We have ourselves a little problem, and it's Trixie, our good girl Trixie, who's creating the issues. Walk out with me. Let me show you what's going on. It's not as bad as it was today, but I feel bad for Jamie because she had to come out yesterday with the tractor and try to patch these things up. Look, these are dog digging areas, and I'm not sure why. Trixie, these are her footprints over here, along with Fiona, are doing some really weird digging lately. They're coming over here in the dirt and they're digging these holes. Now you may say, Lester, what's the big deal? It's not in your yard. I agree. She's not digging in the yard, but our horses run through here. This is where our horses, come by to get their water and whatnot. And I don't want to have a whole bunch of holes out across the pasture. What starts off as a small hole only gets deeper and deeper. You guys know how that works. Look at this over here. Here's an example. And I'm actually happy that Jamie did not see this one to fill in yesterday. Look at here. Guys, why? I'm really asking a question more than I am making a statement. Why is she doing this? Because Trixie has never been a dog to dig. But there has to be a reason why she's coming out and she's finding places to start digging. So on one hand, I'm happy that she's not digging in the yard, yes. But on the other hand, I'm very concerned with her digging out here even, because you come by and have the horses running through here, especially at night, and not see that. They step in a hole that deep and they end up, breaking a leg, which would be horrible, and maybe even the end of that horse's life. I don't know what you would do for a horse with a broken leg. Here's another spot over here, not quite as bad. So it's not like she's digging for something, but she's just digging. Look. So what is she up to? What has gotten into her, and how do I stop it? If you've ever had a dog that digs, and you can see here, the horses have walked through here recently. One of the horses stopped and peed right there, right amongst where Trixie's sitting here digging. And I say Trixie and Fiona. It's not really Fiona, it's Trixie. And I don't know what's gotten into her. But what I'm going to do is do what Jamie did yesterday. I'll bring the tractor over, and I'll just kind of take the bucket and graze it across and try to fill in whatever hole she's created. But if you have any ideas or suggestions or to ways to make them stop digging, then I would love to hear it, because I don't know. I don't know what to say, and I don't know what to do. Hey, Dinkers. Hi, Danny boy. Hey, Imogene. Hi, Bevy. Hey, Brady. Hi, Sissy. Hi, Candy. Hey, Shirley Bird. Ah, some of those goats are not talking back to me. Rude. I want to show you guys something interesting that I've discovered. Okay, so everyone knows, and this has been an ongoing thing for a couple of years now, that our pond has a leak, right? There's a pond leak. We've tried a couple of different things to address it. We've never been able to stop it until now. Yet we've not really done anything. I want you to see how low the pond is. Now, you have to ignore some of the green stuff. Yes, that's a lot of pollen. That has, it's everywhere, and the wind kind of pushes it alongside the bank. But I want you to notice how low the pond is. Look over here at the walls of the pond. You see the clay, the redder clay? That's about how high the water normally comes. The white area right there is usually where that's covered in water, and obviously all the green areas, which I know it's gross to look at, looks quite slimy. Water should be a lot higher. But because we haven't had much rain, or not enough to keep the pond filled, and we're not running our well right now to keep any water coming into our pond, and because we have a leak, the pond is kind of fallen down to this level. But here's my thing. That might not be a bad thing after all, because as of right now, there's no water leaking out of the pond. I'll walk down and show you where that water leaks from, well, where water leaks to, actually. And you can see that as of right now, it's dry, which tells me that the water has finally dropped down low enough so you can still see it's a little bit moist over here. This is where that water seeps from, all the way through that wall. That wall of clay and rock has allowed the water to kind of slowly find its way through, and it has a small leak right through here. But as of right now, there's no leak. That's all wet-ish, but it's not actually leaking. So what that tells me is that the leak in that pond, the water has fallen below where the leak is at. In saying so, what can I do to plug it if I don't, in fact, know where the leak actually is? Does that make any sense to you whatsoever? I'll stand here and try to explain to you again. All right, from this perspective over here, it's a lot easier to see. Somewhere along this wall, there's a leak. And that leak runs all the way through and comes out right over there by the bridge I built. Now, as of lately, the water has dropped enough. The water level has dropped enough to where it's no longer leaking, which means the leak has to start somewhere through here. If the water was to be filled back up, either through rain or by the well, by me filling it back up, then I'm sure it's going to find its way back to the leak again. And we're going to have an ongoing issue of a nice full pond always leaking. So is there anything I can do to plug that leak now that I know it has to start when the water's at this level right over here? I don't think this is making any sense to anybody. Hey, Tina. Hi, sweetie. Hi. Can I be of any assistance, Daddy? No, sweetie, I don't know what we can do about it. But the other thing we can do is absolutely nothing. Just know that this is the water level. This is going to be our new norm. This is the new norm. If I don't run the well to keep the pond full, then this is going to be the new norm. And if it gets any higher than this from rain runoff, then we're going to have some obviously continue to leak on through. And if it gets high enough, it'll go down our spillway. So, I am just full of questions today, huh? Look at me. I'm the guy with all the questions and no answers. That's why I have you.
Don't let your troubles fester. Come watch Longhorn Lester.
Yeah, something like that.